A round of 32 loss to Michigan derailed Louisville's hopes of a fourth national title. But this story is about two Cardinals of the past who have their sights squarely on the future. Butch Beard was an All-American in 1969. Jerry Eaves was the starting point guard for Louisville's 1980 national champs. They helped lay the foundation for the program. But these days, they find themselves just a couple of miles from their college home at Simmons College of Kentucky, laying a new foundation with a non-scholarship program competing in the National Christian College Athletic Association, where winning games is not the ultimate goal.
It's all over! Louisville, national champions, 1980.
Everyone asks me, what game do you remember? I know we won the national championship at Louisville. And I know I cut in front of Kiki Vandeweghe, one huge play. But except for that, I don't remember any of it. I just remember the journey. The games, they all run together. But I do understand what athletics did for me, where it's put me today.
From starting at point guard for Louisville's first national championship team to a 4-year playing stint in the NBA, Jerry Eaves has been to basketball's mountaintop. Eaves also coached at the collegiate and pro level. And today he's back in Louisville at Simmons College of Kentucky, starting from the bottom trying to build a program where there was none.
Another day, another early morning. We're getting ready to start as soon as you come back in. BJ, everybody else is here. Ball's up on the baseline, let's go.
Simmons is located in one of the poorest zip codes in the nation. This is a community that is in the shadows. Some of them are under the illusion that somehow they will make it in sports as a basketball player, NBA player.
The genesis of the program came from Reverend Kevin Cosby, whose relationship with Eaves dates back more than 40 years to Louisville's Ballard High School. That link is the connection that led to Simmons College starting a non-scholarship basketball program. The goal here is to win at life, not sports.
That was simply the bait or the lure to get them into the classroom.
When he brought this idea to me, I just told him I didn't think it would be a good idea for all the wrong reasons. Wanting to win. If I come here and I want to win, then I'm going to be cutting the players that were trying to get into school. And he kept saying, Jerry, did I ever say anything about winning? I just want you to mentor my young men. I didn't believe that because no one means that. So I told him no. He says, well, we'll get together again in about 2 weeks. I said, okay, good. So 2 weeks came, he called me up again, we had lunch, went out, and he asked me again. I said, no. He said, good, we'll get together again in about 2 weeks. Call me again in 2 weeks. You ready to start? I said, Rev, I give. The minute that I said I was going to have a basketball team, I had 200 males pack this gymnasium coming, wanting to be on the team, wanting to enroll in school.
Eve's first move was to call on his longtime friend and mentor, Butch Beard, a former Louisville All-American and NBA champion. Beard coached in college and the NBA, with Eve serving on his staffs at both levels. It didn't matter that Beard was pushing 70 and living more than 700 miles away.
You know, Jerry, I said, I just bought a place in Harlem. I said, I live in New York, okay? I said, I can't come to Louisville, so I had to border, had to make a deal. I can be there for 4 months. I got him into this coaching business, and it's almost like we're stuck at the hip. And so I said, hey, I'll try to come and help you do whatever you have to do here.
What is it about this place that brings you to...
It's home. It was almost like the good Lord told us to come back. There's something here that is undone. And it's probably undone in every metropolitan area in this country.
To that end, Eaves and Beard are trading on Kentucky's religious devotion to the game to help craft a program that allows their players to use basketball and books to overcome challenging situations.
Dealing with the issues of my young kids on a daily basis, you would have no idea what they go through.
I moved out as soon as I turned 18, so I had to pay bills, and I was just working full time and got stuck in doing that, you know, and Simmons' opportunity came up, so I just ran with it.
Take care of my little brother. He has a low muscle tone. He's not able to walk. After class, I go home and get him off the bus, feed him. I do what I can, I do what I gotta do.
Eaves had to do what was necessary to instill a certain level of commitment and discipline into the program to find out who was serious about being a part of Simmons College basketball. And that included routine 6 a.m. practices.
Now it makes the players make a commitment to me. And I used to tell them all the time, you can't burn that candle on both ends with me. See, you can't stay up all night, you can't run the streets, okay, and come in here at 6 a.m. and mess with me. Because if you do, see, I'm going to make you hate the game and you're going to leave.
At Howard, we practiced at 6, but they weren't working. They were scholarship athletes, 100%. So when school was over and the study halls were over, they were done. Not here. They're going straight to work. Some of them have 8-hour jobs, trying to get up at 6 in the morning, deal with me, and I stay after them in the morning.
I got him. That's the dumbest sandlot basketball I've ever heard. You said it again.
Go to class from 9 to 1, get a bite to eat, go to work from 1 to 8, get their homework done, and be back here with me again.
There's days I don't want to go, but I mean, I got to get up and fight through it.
He tells us all the time, the rich people, they not sleep at 6 o'clock in the morning. In my eyes, he's rich, and I know he's up every day, 5:30, 5 o'clock. So, I mean, if you can wake up and handle your business early, that just gives you an advantage.
He just kind of let people, filter themselves out.
Eves and Beard recognized from the start that they would carry responsibility much greater than what's on the scoreboard when the final buzzer goes off.
It falls on African-American males like myself. We have to start to stand up and tell our young people that winning is not important. It's not the reason why you get into athletics. It's not going to make who you are.
Because if they didn't have this, probably reading about it, so they have to see another side of life in order for them to believe that they can, be productive. And so this little basketball piece gives them some identity, gives them some self-worth. It's not going to be easy. We're not going to get everybody. We're not going to get everybody.
I wouldn't say it's my second chance, but this is definitely an opportunity for me, so I just be trying to make the most of it. I realize that it's a lot more out there than basketball, and definitely learn a lot about life.
What is needed in urban communities is pathways out, roads out. An important highway has been built in this community through Simmons College of Kentucky.
It is the best job I've ever had. It's the most challenging job, day in and day out, that I've ever had.
I want to see if I can be connected with a group of kids who really don't think they can survive out here. And that's what this is all about.
Sekou Smith reporting that story. Joe Underhill, great job producing it. And it's not just that's not just a story about hoop. That's a story about hope. And that was powerful.
The thing about basketball is not just about the game. Basketball gives so many people structure in their life, and he's giving these kids a structure, something they know, like the way they have to get up at a certain time in the morning. That structures the rest of the day. They can't hang out at night and do things they probably shouldn't do because they have to be there for basketball. The biggest thing for me when I retired was that structure was gone. Like I woke up some mornings like, for the last 20 years, this has been my purpose. Yeah. This has been what I do. And so for these kids that have an opportunity to have a purpose and to shape their lives and point them in the right direction, that piece was phenomenal. I love everything about it.
These guys are doing God's work. It's a great piece.
And Buzz, they get into that area where you're talking about the value of winning. And sometimes that can run anathema to what really is ingrained in a coach. Is the W is right there.
What's happening there is they're not only changing those young men's lives, they're changing generations' lives, because it's going to change who they are and the husbands and the fathers that they become. And that was the strongest piece that I've ever seen produced. My tithe for the month of April is going to Simmons College of Kentucky.
No, I mean to tell you, that was powerful.
It's basketball.
So well done. Man, that was awesome. Good stuff.
Go Coach Eves. Go Coach Beard.